Oh yeah, we're gonna brake test this, or at least try. I hear it's pretty strong. Stay tuned on this episode of How Not to Highline. Hi, I'm Ryan Jinks, and welcome to Bolt Busters? Or Slack Snap, depends what you want to call this. We are on the Bolt Buster slab in my backyard, and we have built a 3-point BFK attached to the LineScale2. This can be purchased on linegrip.com. It is a 30 kilonewton dyno, and it's awesome for slacklining and seeing your tensions in a park, and it actually has a lot of uses outside of the slackline world. A couple more product things. Andy Riedrich made the line grip. It's the original webbing clamp that you clamp down the slack line, you pull on it with your pulleys, and then remove it. It's called soft pointing, not having pulleys in the system. So he came up with that, and he's been doing that since 2009. And this is his Nano, which is a lightweight version of this. Obviously, this is stronger, depends what you're using it for, and that has nothing to do with what we're doing today. He also makes this. That's why I brought it up. Let me show you what I got here. So the big unveiling, whoosh. We're actually keeping it out of the sun so it doesn't fry the screen. I have a figure 8 BFK, a big fat knot tied to 3 strong quick links and 3 strong bolts. These are about 50 kilonewtons each, and I have no idea what this is going to break at, which is what makes this half the fun. This is the one that I bought, and I don't want to break this one. But for GGBY last year, Andy sent us the 001, the first of the line scales. And so we got to use that for the festival, and we are going to use it as our brake test. And it has a cracked screen on it, which happened when we were brake testing cams. Did you know you can't pull this across granite and have it doing basically this on a rock without the screen breaking? Who would have thought? Well, anyways, it still works. What we did is we updated the firmware on it and got it to work on Bobby's cell phone, the app that comes with this that shows the graph of what's going on, so we can actually watch it go up and disappear into the stratosphere as we break the shit out of this. What I did down here is I A-framed it up. This gets it off of the ground. This is very common in a highline anchor to do this. This, by the way, is a tailless BFK, which is funny because it has tails. What I do is I don't tie these ends together in order to make a continuous loop, but these tails are embedded in the knot so it doesn't slip. You're wondering what all this paracord is for? Well, if this breaks, it flies that way. If this breaks, it flies this way. And the less stuff we're breaking that we're not trying to break, the better. We're going to start and work our way up. We're pretty sure it's stronger than an aluminum carabiner. So we attached an aluminum carabiner here. This stuff's loose. It will not affect the test. This is loose enough for this to stretch like it needs to. So all of our stuff is in order. This is a 5/8 inch or bigger whoopee. I forget how big it is, but it's pretty strong. When we do the final test on this video, we might have to upgrade this to a yellow, thick span set. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, let's start pulling.
Oh, hey, before we brake test that, I want to cool off. It's like 100 degrees outside, but we're really stoked. Now let's go brake test it.
Yeah. This thing stretches a lot. I mean, I hate to brag, but that is a perfect BFK. So far, so good. This is marked up. It's aluminum, that's what it does. Looks like we broke the carabiner. Shocker! What did we break it at, Bobby?
Almost 5,000 pounds.
Wow, what carabiners break at? So let's try, what's our next? Oh, that's That's why Bobby stands in the catio. What's a catio, you ask? Well, that's where the cats hang out. Isn't that neat? Cats have a space net, and that's where they shit, not inside my house. And Bobby has a shield. This is Bolt Busters, if you didn't know that. This anchor here was specifically built for this specific test because we studied equalization and needed it in this case. So we have a 3-point sliding X on the span set, but I don't think bolts are strong enough, especially when the sample only has bolts. So we have a 3-point sliding X on Dyneema, lots of Dyneema going on here, and then 2 here and 2 there. So there's a lot going on attached to a hydraulic cylinder. Oh, that should have a pin in it. Oh well. A pump in our hydraulics, and our dynamometer. Now, we do have different dynamometers, but we plan on going past, oh boy, that's hot. We do plan on going past 20,000 pounds or 88 kilonewtons. And so if that happens, it would break my other dyno. So we're just using the big boy off of Slack Snap. So now we are going to use a steel carabiner, which is rated for 45 kilonewtons. Hey guys, welcome to the future. We broke the LineScale2 6 months ago, and we're just now releasing it because we, for the last 6 months, have been working on the LineScale3. I got to help design the LineScale3, which is basically me bitching at Andy about everything I didn't like about dynos. So the LineScale3 is going to be way faster, 1280 hertz instead of 40. It's also going to be smart, which means it saves the data. So if you rope swing and forgot to look at it, or you wanted to leave it on overnight to see what happens to your highline in a storm, or you're busy working on your industrial stuff and you want to see what the numbers were for the entire day, you can do that because it records the data inside the dyno. And it's gonna have a 90 kilonewton MBS, and it's going to be PPE rated, which means you can now use it in professional settings, in industrial world. So we're finally gonna have a bomb-proof, smart, fast dyno all built into one on the market. It's the first one of its kind. So stay till the end to find out how you can get a free one and help make this project happen. Bobby is our Bad Bolts Kill shirt model. So Bobby, show us how this app works. A Slack Snap app? You mean a LineScale app?
LineScale app.
Okay.
And it's showing us how much force we have on it right now. It shows the battery. If we were to add more force there, it would show it as it's added.
Okay.
And then there's a little graph down here at the bottom.
Oh, it's reading it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to show this in the screen. Eventually, this is going to stop working. I think before this is going to catastrophically fail. So we want to show you this app before we do this. The screen would also show it if we didn't break it. This has the Bluetooth, but it doesn't say it's on. So as I push this down, you can see the number moving. We pre-tensioned it because it takes quite a bit to do that, and it limits how much camera time we have. So yeah, that's really interesting. Holy shit. That looks like it's got some internal bleeding going on, but it didn't technically break. So you would not have died. And that's really what we want to test. This is rated for 30 kilonewtons. What'd we get, Bobby? I'm going to have to do the math on that later. But that's probably in the 45 kilonewton range. Hey, look! A carabiner. Wow, that's warm. That's like, ooh, that's...
Yeah, so we got the nose that snapped off there.
Hey, That's...
Oh, and that'll bust it up.
Wow, that is a steel carabiner brake test, folks. What should we test next, Bobby?
Something stronger.
Oh, what is something stronger? Well, I don't even think a 5mm soft shackle is stronger. So, in case you don't know what soft shackles are, I love soft shackles. Probably too much. And if you understand why that joke is funny, please leave in a comment below why you think that's, why you understand that. Anyways, this is Dyneema, and Dyneema is actually, in this case, the way this one's configured, stronger than this steel carabiner, or at least comparable. The other one that is in Bobby's hand is even stronger than this carabiner. And I think we should test that one next and see if we can really bust up this screen. This should break in the 60 kilonewton range, or maybe around 15,000 pounds. I can't recall off the top of my head. Tough, you can't hang out here. I think your MBS is smaller than the dyno. What are you doing, Bobby?
So
Wow.
I'm trying to take down some of the barbs and sharp edges here so it doesn't cut our soft shackle.
Wow, that is really chewed up. I don't usually use carabiners on this. That's not what you're supposed to do. We're just trying to be fancy on the channel here. But I usually use soft shackles, or you can embed this. Like you can see how we did this on this side. You can use a span set on it as well. Soft releases is how we're probably going to end up having to brake test this. Soft releases are very strong, and so we'll wrap it around several times. But soft goods on hard goods are ideal because of this. All right. Screen doesn't seem to be too bad of condition. What's inside, you ask? We'll find out later. I don't need to be picking at it. Oh my God, the soft shackle broke. Shocker. Oh my God. This is a nice backdrop. What a break at?
800 pounds.
Ooh, that was less than the steel carabiner, and yet I was bragging about them just a moment ago. Let's do a soft shackle that's bigger. That broke in the noose like it's supposed to. I'm gonna move these. That was a shameless plug for them. There you go. I don't want to damage them. I do want to use these. It's breaking in the noose, not where it's contacting this, and that's how these normally break. Our BFK is creaking and moving all around. You can see that it's kind of jacked up right now because it's not being held up. When it's being held up, it kind of automatically equalizes as it tightens. Not as good as the sliding X would. Anyways, this screen is getting really, really jacked. Man, this thing is 500 euros. Boy, this is fun. So that super used 6mm soft shackle broke at 9,500 pounds of force, or similar to what we got on our steel carabiner. So Bobby, now what should we use? Should we go for the gusto and just take it out?
That's the throw.
Okay, back it off. So, she's still looking cross-eyed as ever. This was moving a lot, but it basically is so stretchy we lost throw. And so we sucked it in all the way, and only got 10,200 pounds of force. We have to make this a different length or adjustable in order to make this work. Bobby, do you see what's happening?
No.
Stop. So, would you like to see what happened and why it wasn't breaking? You ready for it? You ready for it? You ready for it? Because we weren't. Gosh darn it. Look. So I'm hiding in my storage shed here and I'm just peeping out because I'm so curious and I didn't hear the snap. I was expecting the snap. And I noticed this tripod was moving. That was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, why is the tripod moving? And then it dawned on me. We don't have footings. So, this knot is rock hard. I just pulled off the screen fooling around. So the grand unveiling of this is computer parts. Isn't that neato? The soft release held up just fine. This is a very strong soft release, which helped us suck up all of the slack because this was too long in order to not waste the 2-foot stroke that we have. So we have to get rid of all the slack out of the system before we start pulling. And what does it take to move your concrete, Ryan? What does it take? Like, you know what this looks like? Me after golfing. 17,100 pounds of force. So I was expecting the BFK to break. I was expecting, the dyno to break. I knew the soft release was strong, but there's always a chance that could break. We had like 6 cameras on this thing. We went Instagram live. We're like, we're going to do this. And it moved my concrete. Thank God I'm not doing this in the garage. Because if I had a big garage, I probably would just do it on my garage floor.
Thankfully, it didn't move your patio concrete.
I didn't do it on my
Yeah.
This is connected to my patio. Oh, shit. I don't know if all these were bent prior, but does this thing still look straight? Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Well, it's nice to know that this slab is stronger than this slab. Bolt Buster got busted. The cat's pretty excited about this whole thing. She was exploring spider webs. Thanks for cleaning the storage shed out, Tough. Oh, thanks for rubbing it on the camera. So you guys don't realize we screwed anything up. We're going to cut this grass and move it over there. And this way, we don't look like idiots. We are going to have to come back to this project as soon as we figure out a place to do it that won't move. Welcome to tomorrow. We set this up in the SlackSnap machine because we know SlackSnap can eat 100 kilonewtons for breakfast. And that's what we think that is going to take today. And let me show you our setup. We're actually going to Instagram live this because I usually post these episodes several weeks after I film. So this is going to be a fun thing that we're going to do. But for the episode here on YouTube, we're going to show you what we got going on. In case you don't know what SlackSnap is, it's a big giant rectangle in my garage with a Costco winch, 20 strands of AM steel going to 10 pulleys. And I really should adjust that. I should fix that. Those should be in line. Anyways, equalize-ish off those bolts to a BAS, big ass shackle. To another shackle to what's left of the line grit. We are very close to 1,000, so we are skipping a few, so we can call this our 1,000th brake test. And we'll fill in the 20 that I'm missing later when we do all of this stuff that people have donated. And got some cams here. We're gonna brake. all sorts of goodies. And this whole box here is donations. All sorts of things we're gonna break. This is mine. This is what it's supposed to look like before and after. Really excited. I'm going to set this down here to protect it. We are currently at 1,700 pounds of force and peak force is on, which is very important. But in case I get that wrong, I've got this camera filming that. This is gonna be our slow-mo. This is gonna be our backup camera. This is gonna be my slow-mo backup. My Instagram Live is gonna be a vertical thing I'm using with the phone you're looking at right now. And then this guy as well is also gonna be in slow motion, filming from this side. So we've got quite the setup going on. Shall we go for it? Holy moly. Wow. That's supposed to be oval. Look how much aluminum that has to break. That's insane. Screen's just all messed up. The first LineScale2. It's pretty cool, the guts that go into these things. The body of this is pretty burly. You know, it's not that heavy, considering. This is an NBS of 80 kilonewtons, as you can see on my good one that I'm keeping. So working load limit is 30. NBS is 80. What do we get? 24,900 pounds of force. That is over 110 kilonewtons. That is awesome for our 1,000th brake test. The LineScale 3 is not possible without crowdfunding. I got to help spend Andy Riedrich's money and come up with a crowdfunding concept that's probably too generous. If you invest $2,000, you get a free $795 LineScale 3 and all of your money back as the units sell. As soon as 150 units or people sign up for this investment, the prototypes are ordered, and as soon as the first batch is made, the investors get their LineScale 3 immediately. And then as the other units sell on the next batches, as they're made, you get your money back. Pretty simple. I'm so excited for this to finally come out after working 6 months with Andy Riedrich on this project, because I really want you guys to have a dynamometer available on the market that's fast enough, smart enough, it's waterproof, super strong at 90 kilonewtons NBS, and PPE rated, and it's got Android and iOS apps, and it works on your computer. You got the graphs, so we can finally have an all-in-one dyno that does everything you need up to 30 kilonewtons, which is what it reads at. I personally am going to invest in 2 dynamometers. If I don't have 2 lines rigged, it's kind of nice to have them on both sides, and they're free when you get your money back. So if you're interested in investing in this, or if you know someone that would be interested in investing in this, please share this, because that is going to be the best way to get the 150 units invested in as soon as possible. So go to the link in the description below, go to the product page, read all the stuff. There's a 6-page detailed, easy to understand contract, and sign up for the investment. Send your money in through TransferWise. There's no fees. So if we don't fully fund this, you get your money back without there being a fee issue. So we've got all the kinks worked out. I'm currently going to be buying 2 of them. And if you have $2,020, lend Andy Riedrich the $2,000 for this project and spot me the 20 bucks. And I will also give it back to you in higher quality content, editing, and science. I am currently moving. Yes, I will use a mic. Sorry for the echo. My house is literally empty and I have nowhere to film. My studio's stripped, and you will see all of that in a future episode. I appreciate your guys' donations. I'm not getting anything out of this project other than the investments I make into it. But I am excited to be a part of getting new gear on the market that wouldn't be out there otherwise. Make sure you share the shit out of this video. Smash that like button. Cheers. Holy crap, look at my pulleys. It's never opened up like that before. Let's see here. So that's okay. My pin is straight on this guy, so that didn't get bent. I think my winch is okay. These are okay. My bar seems straight, I think. These things help stabilize it. This is glues and epoxies for bolt busters. And this is a Costco winch. What a champion, right?